repeat the second reading debate is adjourned and the bill is referred to the House Committee.
主席，
Secretary for Security. President, I move the second reading of the Fire Safety Industrial Buildings Bill. The objective of the bill is to bring the fire safety of old industrial buildings or IBs up to present-day standards to offer better protection to occupiers and visitors of these buildings. The fire safety measures of existing buildings generally meet the prevailing standards at the time of construction. However, the fire safety standards of old buildings still fall short of current standards. For example, an automatic sprinkler system is a highly effective fire safety installation capable of limiting or extinguishing a fire prior to the arrival of firefighters. Yet, only some of the IBs constructed before 1973 were installed with such systems. IBs and go-downs built after March 1973 were required to be equipped with automatic sprinkler systems only if they were more than 2 stories high. In 1987, the FSD further revised the relevant code, extending the requirement of automatic sprinkler systems to all IBs. This version of the code also incorporated modern standards very close to the ones prevailing today. In recent years, fires at certain old IBs have aroused public concerns on IBs, especially IBs without automatic sprinkler systems. And as such, it's necessary to legislate to enhance the fire safety of these old IBs. The bill targets buildings which were wholly or partly constructed for use as a factory, industrial undertaking, go-down, warehouse, place of bulk storage, or similar industrial premises on or before the 1st of March 1987, or those constructed for the above uses with their building plans first submitted to the Director of Buildings for approval on or before the same date. The bill designates the Director of Fire Services and Director of Buildings as the enforcement authorities or EAs, and empowers the FSD and BD officers to inspect the target IBs and issue fire safety directions to owners or occupiers who are required to upgrade the FSI or fire safety construction of such buildings to the required standards. The owners or occupiers must comply with the requirements within the time limits stipulated. These requirements include installation of automatic sprinkler systems, provision of sufficient directional and exit signs, provision of secondary source of electrical power supply, provision of fire hydrant and hose reel systems, provision of adequate means of escape, and provision of fire-resisting construction. If an owner or occupier of an IB fails to comply with the direction without a reasonable excuse, the EA may apply to a magistrate for a fire safety compliance order or FSCO directing the owner or occupier to comply with the requirements in the direction. When an IB owner or occupier completes the upgrading work specified by the direction or FSCO to the satisfaction of the EA would issue a certificate of compliance to the occupant or occupier or owner. If an owner or occupier of an IB fails to comply with the direction without a reasonable excuse, the EA may also, and if there are substantial fire risks if the building is occupied, the EA can apply for a prohibition order against the occupation of the building or any part of it. To allow members of the public to obtain the relevant information of directions, FSCOs, and prohibition orders, such as compliance status, date of issue, etc., the bill will empower the EAs to publish such information, say, on the departmental websites. This will enhance the awareness of members of the public, including prospective buyers of IB units, of the outstanding legal liabilities of any IBs. To further facilitate prospective buyers of IBs or IB units to be aware of the existence of court orders in relation to the property, the bill will empower the EAs to arrange registration of FSCOs and prohibition orders against the land register of the property concerned. The bill would also amend the specified exceptions to the similar offences of disclosing information under Fire Services, Commercial Premises Ordinance, and Fire Services Buildings Ordinance to align these provisions with relevant provisions of the bill. The bill makes no amendment to other aspects of the two ordinances. We briefed the electrical panel on security on the legislative proposal on the 17th of April 2017 and received its general support. We also conducted a 2-month public consultation exercise from 9th of August to 8th of October. A total of 19 written submissions were received and all were generally supportive of the proposal. I urge members to support the scrutiny of the bill for early passage of the bill. After the bill is passed, the FSD and Buildings Department will launch inspections as soon as possible, starting with some 400 IBs constructed or had their building plans submitted in or before March 1973, because the majority of these IBs are not sprinkler protected. President, Hong Kong is densely populated with a lot of buildings, and fire safety of buildings is of utmost importance. If the bill is passed, we can substantially improve the fire safety of old buildings to better protect the lives and assets of our citizens and make Hong Kong an even safer city. Thank you.
I now propose the question to you that the aforesaid bill be read the second time. In accordance with the rules of procedure, the second reading debate is adjourned and the bill is referred to the House Committee. Secretary for Constitutional and Mainland Affairs. President, I move the second reading